यहाँ वहाँ रूठी हो, मैं तुझसे रूठी हो, मुझे मना लेना ओ जाने जा।
छेड़ेंगे हम तुझको, लड़की तू है बड़ी बुम्बाट। आहा आहा आहा, उलाला 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 उलाला, तू है मेरी फैंटेसी।
Me have to live life to the fullest. Yo yo yo. Me have to live life to the fullest. Party turn up, everybody feel nice. High grade of one, liquor gone pan ice. Wake this morning, I see the sunrise. I just thank God for my life. Every man grab a girl, any one of them choice. Girl grab a man, wait them did eyes. Wake this morning, I see the sunrise. I just thank God for my life. So you know, a thanks me giving. Me heart still a beat, yeah me still living. Yeah me day in the party, I watch couple shorty, I wine and I dance to the rhythm. I don't know the song them singing. No vibrate from me head start spinning. Video man ready figure to the flaming, start the thing from the beginning. But party turn up, everybody feel nice. High grade of one, liquor gone pan ice. Wake this morning, I see the sunrise. I just thank God for my life. Every man.
जब किसी से किसी को प्यार हो जाए, जाने कहाँ कब किसी को किसी से प्यार हो जाए। ऊंची ऊंची दीवारों से इस दुनिया की रस्में, ना कुछ तेरे बस में चूरी, ना कुछ मेरे बस में। दिल क्या करे जब किसी से किसी को प्यार हो जाए, जाने कहाँ कब किसी को किसी से प्यार हो जाए।
बाहर बन के आओ कभी तुम्हारी दुनिया में, गुजर न जाए ये दिन कहीं किसी तमन्ना में। बाहर बन के आओ कभी तुम्हारी दुनिया में, गुजर न जाए ये दिन कहीं किसी तमन्ना में। तुम मेरे हो, हम मेरे हो, आज तुम वादा करते क्या मसला।
तेरी देखी शराबी दिल हो गया, संभालो मुझको ओ मेरे यारों, संभलना मुश्किल हो गया। गुलाबी आँखें जो तेरी देखी शराबी दिल हो गया।
गले लगा लो ना, लगी बुझा दो ना ओ सजन। तुमने जो अगन लगाई है, छुपके देखो ना कहाँ कहाँ। देखो सीने में कैसी हलचल मची है ओ सजना। कब कब देखो सीने में कैसी हलचल मची है ओ सजना।
वादा करो नहीं छोड़ोगे तुम मेरा साथ, जहाँ तुम हो वहाँ मैं भी हूँ।
वो नहीं देखो जरा पीछे रखो हाँ, जहाँ तुम हो जहाँ मैं भी हूँ।
चलो ये भी वादा है दो लफ्जों की है
Good evening, and welcome to Shanaz Musical Sensation. You're on the air with SMS. What can I say? Share the link, share the love. Hey, Joshua Makanlal, good night to you. I'm doing quite well. Hey, thank you to you, those of you who shared the live. Thank you to beautiful Naina Chunilal, Mr. Rajiv Nandalal, good night to you. And fabulous Wesley, share the link. So, good night, thank you. And hope everyone had a fantastic day. Well, it's a beautiful Thursday right here in NYC. The beautiful Rose Harinarayan, how you doing? Rajiv is back from homeland Guyana. And Mr. Danraj Ramtran locked on from Alberton, Canada. Well, how was my visit in Toronto? It was fabulous indeed. Hey, Mr. Abdul Haq, good night to you. Mr. Ganesh Balak, how you doing? Bakanan Singh, good night to you. The beautiful Patsy Kundan, how you doing? Maureen Ramcharan, good night. We have a beautiful guest in the studio. Who is our guest tonight? How many of you remember I shared a flyer on Tuesday, I believe, or Wednesday? First time ever I shared a flyer very early. And I'm always busy, and hours before I get on air, I will share a flyer that I will be on air. As they say, all is gold, so I'm taking it off memory lane, one tune at a time. Good night to Mr. Shamir Budram, how you doing? And for those of you locked on to Crest Radio, good night to those of you locked on as well. Mr. Moha, good night to you. One, two. Good night, everyone locked on to PressRadio1.com. Good evening to Mr. Rabindranath Singh. Hey, Robert Ram, thank you very much. I am trying to control the radio line and the studio line and online on Facebook Live as well. So thank you very much. And good night again to Shanti Singh. Shanti could really sing. I'm hoping to see her this Saturday at Legwan, Wakenham, Hog Island. They're all having that, family fun day this Saturday at Paisley Park. So guys, I hope you come on down. Hey, the beautiful Fiza Rahim, how you doing? Happy birthday to your handsome husband, Mr. Rahim, and your brother Irfan. Thank you very much. That's why I have to get your guys, eyes and ears sometimes. Thank you, Mr. Danraj. I had a fun time in Toronto. Vidya, how you doing? The beautiful Veronica Jagalal, Shobha Samrat. Happy Thursday. I always look forward to a beautiful Thursday because I know I'll be seeing some of you guys, spending my time with you. And who's celebrating their birthday. Well, the beautiful Shelly Patel is celebrating her birthday. Fabulous Wesley, good night to you. We do have a birthday song. We have Mr. Robert Ram, thank you very much. Margaret, how are you doing? Mr. Shamir Budram, all is gold, as they say. Mr. Rajiv Nandalal, Maureen Ramcharan. We have a beautiful guest in the studio tonight, and if you guys could look back or remember the flyer I shared, let me know her name, and maybe you'll get a nice gift. So guys, I'm looking forward to see you this Saturday at Baisley Park. Yes, we will have an SMS tent up there and some snacks, so do stop by. Patrick Kundan, how you're doing? Where is your beautiful sister? Hey, Mr. Ganesh Balak, good night to you. Abdul Haq, Danraj Ramcharan, thank you very much. Mr. Rajiv, Nena Chunilal, Rose Hari Narayan, thank you guys for sharing the link and the love as well. Let's rock and roll. Yes, I was dancing with Tiny Betty, thank you. I met her on the boat cruise we went on, and you will see some interviews, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday on Spectrum TV. Channel 96. Hi, Mr. Anil Singh, how you're doing? Good night to you. And everyone logged on to Press Radio. Well, the time is now to call Access 24 Homes, Mr. Sam Singh at 516-455-4660. Sam Singh, when it comes to real estate, it's Access 24 Homes. Hey, Mr. Abdul Haq, thank you very much. The beautiful Joy Rambaran, how you doing? Good night, Fiza Rahim, Babita, how you doing? Mr. Ganesh Balak, thank you very much, and good night to your handsome son, Alex Balak. Where is the famous YouTuber John from Queens? How was your day? Let me know how was your day and what are you expecting? What do you have plans coming up this weekend? Guys, don't forget my trivia question tonight is who is my guest? Who's my guest tonight on air? That's my trivia question. So well, Mr. Abdul Haq, please stick around. We're going to be here for 2 hours and we don't need you sleeping. We want you to listen to the music, but no sleeping on air. Where are you? I'm right here, ready to play all the tunes for you, so keep it locked. Well, my handsome friend Mr. Saif is locked on. Thank you very much for joining us. Hey, Auntie Nalini Naidu here is locked on as well. Where's Uncle Michael Abdul Haq? Good night, good night. Beautiful friend Lalita Ramnath is locked on. Thank you very much. Hey John Nimmat, how you doing? Ash Satram, it was great seeing you in the Sunshine State. And guess what? Our president is heading that way. So guys, go out there and meet and greet him. Remember, this Saturday is Leg 1, Hog Island, Wakenham. The Essequibo folks, I'll be seeing you in Paisley Park. And I know a lot of folks asking me, Shanaz, when is Skeleton reunion? I've missed out on so many reunions. I'm not even sure if I missed that one. So, if you guys know of the reunion, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the park. It's Paisley Park this Saturday. Bring your friends and your family. Come on down to have a good time. There will be a show and a picnic. Share the link, share the love. Hey, Birdsing, how you doing? Posse, good night, good night. Somebody say Blackbush Folder. We're going to Blackbush Folder. I have some brand new music video fresh off the press. Of course, 5 beautiful music video releasing on Shanaz Physical Sensation. 1 from England, 1 from Suriname, 3 from Guyana, and 1 from right here down in Brooklyn. So guys, thank you for sending all the latest music videos to SMS. I love getting it first. This song is going out to all you folks from Leg 1. Not forgetting all you folks in Wakenham. Guys, see you pretty soon. Hey, Navin Singh, how you doing? Beautiful song on SMS. Enjoy.
जिंदगी के सफर में गुजर जाती है जो मकान
Guys, tell me that was a beautiful song indeed. Hey, Annie Melville, good night to you. Fiza Rahim, good night to Sita Panchu. Mr. Rohan Naidu, how are you doing? Krishnawati Singh, good night to you. Fabulous Wesley, where is Mr. Shanaz? That's the question for tonight. So good night, Navin. And you folks from the Sunshine State locked on. Good night, each and every one of you. Well, Annie is celebrating her birthday, so happy birthday to the beautiful Annie Melville from Shanaz Musical Sensation. Mr. Hiralal Kishore, good night to you from Toronto. I hope you had a fantastic weekend spending it with your loving grandkids. Big birthday party indeed. That's right, the beautiful Veronica Juglal said, feel free to sing along. We need the rain. So if you could bring the rain on, feel free to sing along. Hey, good night to Eddie. How you doing? Good night to each and every one of you. Thank you for being in my company. No one guessed my guest's name as yet. I'm sure Veronica knows my guest. She looked at the flyer. So guys, name my guest as I will bring her on after the next few songs. My time in Toronto was very, very short. I came for actually 3 events and I wanted to stop by. Yes, I'll be singing on stage in Port Morant. Where is the Warrior? Speaking of Apache Warrior. Guys, the big show is heading down to Port Morant October 29. October 29, Port Morant. The flyer is on my page as well, so check it out. Well, check it out after my program and I'll attach it in the chat as well so everyone will know the Warrior will be in Guyana, touching down homeland Guyana for this big concert. And I think he's throwing this concert because it's my birthday. What a good friend he is, I must say. I will step away so you guys could read the words, my message for today on the beautiful background of all the roses. You know, I love roses. Hey, Maureen Ramcharan, John Namad, good night to you. October 29 is the date for Port Morant show, guys. So well, we had a search party out for famous John from Queens, but he is here, so we found him. I believe Apache Warrior went to look for him. Someone say one Guyana. This Sunday it's a meet and greet with our very own, the Honorable Irfan Ali. So I'll be seeing you guys at the Jamaica Performing Arts Center.
For the best in kitchen cabinets, visit Maha Expo. We're your top source for solid wood cabinets with your choice of custom-made or stock cabinets, with custom colors available. We also offer a free undermount sink and faucet with any purchase over $999. Plus, when you visit us on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., you can save 5% off our list price. Call Maha Expo today for your design and quote consultation.
beautiful Patricia Samaru, Fiza Rahim, Rishi Ramli.
बनी जुबां तेरी गलियां गलियां तेरी गलियां मुझको भावे गलियां तेरी गलियां तेरा बस मुझे जीने ना दे तेरा बस मुझे जीने ना दे तुम्हें अपना बनाने का जुनून सर पे है कब से ये मौसम की बारिश ये बारिश का पानी ये पानी की बूंदे तुझे ही तो ढूंढ कमरिया में सोने ते तू भी है कमारा चढ़ी दी जवानी हुड़ा लुटला न सारा जना मैनू कर दानी पहुंची ना दोबारा ते रोटियां पकाई नाल मेरे गाने गए माही वे वहाँ पिता सचिया ने मंगदा नसीबा कुछ और है तू चीज बड़ी है मस्त मस्त तू चीज बड़ी है मस्त तू चीज बड़ी है मस्त मस्त तू चीज बड़ी है मस्त मेरे हाथ में
Well, guys, good night, and let's put our hands together for my beautiful guest tonight. And her name is Nadia Kanat. And when she said Kanat, she actually means you can. So that was our joke inside. So good night, each and every one of you. John Namat, Sita Panchu, the beautiful Patricia Raghunandan. Good night to each and every one of you. And yes, Nadia, she'll tell us a little bit about herself because I met her at a nice meet and greet where the beautiful Karen Gopi actually was her celebration, right?
Sworn-in celebration, yes.
So, and then someone said, I know Nadia, she is a great real estate attorney. And I said, that's what we need right now. So guys, if you have questions or concerns, feel free to list them and she will read the questions and the answers probably for you guys. Hey, Jenny Sugrim, welcome, welcome. Mariama, that's right, that song was done from Legwan by the singer Mariama. So thank you guys, you recognize. Share the link so she could see it as well. And we want to hear from you guys. So hey, Nalini, how you doing? Good night to you. So Nadia, welcome to Shanaz Musical Sensation. She's been in the studio before, behind the scenes. You know, I love having guests and friends in the studio to keep me, you know, occupied and chatty a little bit so we get to talk. And I will give her the microphone to, you know, to tell us a little bit about herself. And first question, why you choose that field? And I'm sure you have many, and as a lawyer, you serve, you know, you could handle many cases.
Yeah.
So why did you choose to specialize in real estate?
Sure. So I come from a family with a background in real estate. My parents are real estate investors. So also, you know, they have they're landlords, and I kind of grew up around that. I've also seen how real estate has been able to impact our community and really elevate our community status. Home ownership is really big in the West Indian community, and it's really an important way for our community members to elevate themselves. So I really enjoy working with people to achieve their dream of home ownership.
Wow, well, that brings me directly to the next question. Why is it so important to have a good real estate attorney?
So it's really important for you guys to get good representation. There are many lawyers out there. Many of them are great. You definitely want somebody who has the experience to deal with difficult situations. Today, I was able to successfully get a seller's attorney to release $72,000 of my client's down payment. That was an escrow after they were denied for a mortgage. And there was some dispute about whether my client made a good faith effort to apply for a mortgage. And you know, I was able to successfully argue that they absolutely did and were entitled to every dollar of their down payment returned. So you definitely want an attorney who's going to advocate for you. This is transactional work, but sometimes it can get a little messy and you know, tread on the lines of litigation. So you really want someone who's going to look out for your interests and advocate for you the entire way.
Wow, awesome indeed. So my next question is, do you recommend getting a home inspection before purchasing that beautiful house? You know, everything looks good from outside. A lot of folks might not know why it's so important.
Yes.
Do you recommend getting a home inspection done?
Yes, I do. I do recommend home inspections, especially for first-time home buyers. The exception to that is if you're a contractor, do contracting work. Sometimes you're able to inspect the property yourself. But you know, the home inspector fee is usually a nominal cost of a few $100s and can really be worthwhile. You know, I like to speak about experiences. So one time my client did a home inspection and there was a lot of mold in the basement that was not easily visible to the naked eye, and through the inspection they were able to uncover like what would have been a problem that would cost thousands of dollars. So it's really important to have a home inspection to uncover potential issues.
Not forgetting, you can be, when it's a lot of mold, it's unsafe to be around. So if you're
Yes.
expecting to move in that beautiful home that you just purchased,
Yes.
you know, and they have molds there, that's going to hold up your plan, because you're, whether you're moving from an apartment to the first home, you know, all of that you have to consider. So
Yes.
you have a good eye, you keep an eye out for your clients, you know,
Sure.
let them know that there's mold, we need 2 more months to stay where we are until that is done and taken care of, because it's dangerous to live around mold.
Especially if they're children, right? You know, their children are going to be living
You
in
can
the
have
house.
so many
You can have
defaults
lead
and
paint issues, you can have mold issues, multiple issues. So you definitely want to know what you're getting into for your family.
That's right. The famous John from Queens said inspection can find termites as well. And you know, termites
Yes.
are destructive little creatures. They could eat your whole house out if you don't watch them.
Yeah.
You
I
could
just
be
haven't
watching them.
find termites in the garage of the property.
Oh.
So sometimes you're not, you know, you're
You
focused
overlook
on the
these
house.
things, yeah.
But the termites are actually in the garage. Eventually they can make their way to
They're
the
gonna
house.
walk across, you know, from the garage to the house. You know,
It's
they
not
will
that
feel
far.
little by little. Okay, I see my homeowner. He's going in there. I'll go there too. Before you know it, your
taking
house
over your
is their
house.
house and more of their home.
Correct.
Hey, Robert Rom, thank you very much. He said lead, and those things
Yes.
are dangerous. So let's talk about lead right now. How dangerous lead is for
Yes.
those of us who's living in a home or apartment, whatever.
Yeah.
It's good to have inspection now and then, all the time, because these things could temper with your health. You might be having a sickness, you don't know where it's coming from, and you could, if you look up the side effects from lead paint. What did we talk about before?
So lead paint is really dangerous to young children. And I know a lot of families are looking for a house, you know, for their children, a backyard, things like that. That's a huge motivating factor for people to move from an apartment to a house. And so lead paint can exist in properties, and you definitely want to test for them. Another way is to remediate is to paint the house. But if you weren't planning on painting the house with new paint, what happens is that the paint will peel, the chips will peel off, and kids will eat them. And so I've actually personally worked on a case. I'm not only a real estate attorney, I kind of do a lot of things, but I've worked on a lead paint case where a 5-year-old ate lead and had severe learning disabilities and mental disabilities. So it's important to keep in mind that your children's health can be affected if they eat paint chips that have lead in them.
Yeah, it could lead to serious brain problem and,
Yes.
growth
Brain damage.
problems. So guys, keep a lookout. Get your attorney to look for these things, and you want to get a safe and beautiful home to live in. So what are some of the key mortgages terms? I know right now the rates, I heard, will be going up because I'm in the market. I'm always looking for something, And I want to say congratulations to all you all you first time home buyers out there. So good night, and thank you for taking that next step into home ownership. It's a great feeling. I remember our first closing with our realtor. It was a beautiful day, and that was something you guys will live on and remember. So congratulations. During this pandemic, what do you think? I think a lot of folks went out and migrated, they purchased a second property.
Yeah, so there was a lot of real estate activity during the pandemic. Rates were at a historic
Low.
People are trying to move out of apartments into bigger spaces because we couldn't go anywhere. You just staying at home a lot of the time.
Take that time and get some work done,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, a lot of people working from home, so need an extra room for an office or things like that. So that was a great time. There was a lot of activity, a lot of buying, a lot of selling. So there were, definitely a lot of things going on. But with the interest rates going up now, we're definitely slowing down a little bit. But I do want to say this, and it's a saying that I use to a lot of people who are on the fence about buying because of the higher interest rates. When my parents purchased their house in the 90s, they bought at 10% interest. And they were so excited to have their own home, their first home, that it didn't matter to them what the interest rate was. And I know it does matter because it does affect your payments and things like that. But when you love a house, eventually what I say to clients now who are on the fence and they ask me, I tell them, marry the house and date the rate. And what that means is that you're not committed to a 30-year term.
You could always refinance.
Yes,
you could always get it for a year, 6 months, refinance. Good credit, credit is important.
Absolutely.
That's what our folks don't realize. We need credit. Even my son, I stopped using credit cards a while back because I think I have everything I need, right? So I'm a debit card purchase. He's like, Mom, continue using your credit card. I was like, I don't need any more credit. Mine is good. I'm not planning on buying another house right now. He's like, no, continue using your credit card. I said, okay.
You never know when an opportunity will come up. Maybe you don't need another house, but you'll purchase like a beach condo to go and relax.
Yes. I just got caught into one of those. So guys, yes, work on your credit score, because it makes it easier to get a mortgage or any one of these big lifetime purchases that you might need to do.
It gives you the ability to refinance too. Maybe you're not buying a new house, but you just want to refinance to get a lower interest rate in the future. Good credit is super important for that. So then you will have the house of your dreams and you can refinance at any time. And that's not to be salesy or to tell you like, buy, if you want to test the waters and see how the market's doing, certainly do that. But home ownership is a really great investment. And again, like I said, marry the house and you can date the rate.
That's right. John, I know John is invited to my beach condo in Miami anytime. He's a great friend of mine and I love traveling.
Hey, John, how are you doing? I think I've met you in the Ozone Park Facebook group. So
yes, he's a well-known guy. He's the #1 West Indian YouTuber out there. He loves supporting our community and all these artists. He sees their music and he will share it. So I'm not sure. He should be getting a lot of love. So thank you guys for tuning in to Shanaz Musical Sensation. Let's go and keep those questions coming. We're going to regroup right after this beautiful music video by Mr. Sagar Malik. Old is gold, but I love some new Bollywood tunes. So thank you for always sending me first Shanaz Musical Sensation, the music videos. Shelly Patel, happy birthday to you.
रब से मांगी है दुआ कभी टूटे ना ये सिलसिला तुझ संग ही शामें हो मेरी तुझ संग ही मेरी हो सुबह तू ही मुसाफिर है मेरी राहों का तू ही सहारा है मेरी बाहों का ओ हमनवा है तू मेरे ख्वाबों का कारवां तू चले तेरे संग चलूं ले जाए तू जहां ओ हमनवा है तू मेरे ख्वाबों का कारवां तू चले तेरे संग चलूं ले जाए तू जहां बंजर ज़मीं सा दिल था ये मेरा आने से तेरे खिल गया गुम था कहीं मैं था लापता सा खुद का पता भी मिल गया तू है अंधेरों में चाहत का दिया तू जो मिला मुझे है रब का शुक्रिया ला 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 ओ हम नवा है तू मेरे ख्वाबों का कारवां तू चले तेरे संग चलूं ले जाए तू जहां ओ हम नवा है तू मेरे ख्वाबों का कारवां तू चले तेरे संग चलूं ले जाए तू जहां सांसों का चलना तुझसे जुड़ा है तुझसे ही है अब जिंदगी चाहूं तुझे मैं खुद से भी ज्यादा चाहत में आए ना कमी दुनिया भुला के मैं सोचा तुझे करूं नैनों में तेरे ही सपने ख्वाबों का कारवां तू चले तेरे संग चलूं ले जाए तू जहां ओ हम नवा है तू मेरे ख्वाबों का कारवां तू चले तेरे संग चलूं ले जाए तू जहां
Well, we are back, and tell me if you love that song. So big up to Mr. Sagar Malik, a great friend indeed. Hey Mitra, good night, good night. As I said, no inboxes when I'm live. I'm not going to respond until my program is done. So I believe I asked her a question before we took that music break. So what are some of the key mortgage terms to look out for?
So for a lot of you who are applying for mortgages, it's really important to know whether your interest rate is fixed or adjustable. I think that was a major hiccup in the market collapse of 2008 is that people didn't realize that they had adjustable rate mortgages. And when the rates start to go up, a lot of mortgage brokers and even realtors or agents do try to help people qualify for lower rates because adjustable rates tend to be lower for an introductory period.
You might be qualified for that.
Right, right. Better
It's easy
than
to
a
qualify.
fixed rate. Yeah, you will get a better rate with an adjustable rate, a lower initial rate. But eventually that rate does bump up. Now, if you refinance before the rate bumps up, then you can be okay. As long as you know what you're getting into, it's okay. Adjustable rate mortgages are not bad. They work in certain markets, and the market that we're entering into is one of those markets where it does work. But you just want to be mindful of how long your introductory rate's for and when it will adjust.
Right. What is the minimum term that you normally go and get an introductory rate?
So
2 years.
There are different programs. There's like 5-in-1 arm, 7-in-1 arm. It depends. Which it would be fixed for 5 years and then adjust every year. Fixed for 7 years. There's different products.
I look at interest rate as money because the lower the rate, the less you're paying. So if you
Right.
could get qualified for paying 5% right now,
Yes.
Next year you don't know the interest rate goes up to 7%. Your payment is a lot more.
Yes.
So That's why the market crashed, because a lot of folks couldn't afford that new
Right.
rate. You know, a lot of folks lost their homes because of that. Right? So you could tell us more.
No, there's a lot of government protections now for people. There's a lot of disclosures and information out there. But if you have a question about a specific instance where you're being offered a adjustable rate mortgage, I definitely not only have a real estate background, but I also have a finance background. So I've worked as in-house counsel for a lender for the past 7 years. And so I have a lot of banking experience as well to explain different products to
Well,
you.
that's great. That's actually an asset, because you could work with it financially as a realtor. So you could look at their finances. Not everybody look at it through with a fine-tooth comb, and you
Yes.
could relate to their finances and see where they're going, where they. It's always good to have a 5-year plan, right?
Right.
But sometimes unexpected things happen financially. But if you're looking at somebody's financial, you could see how stable they are financially and where they're heading.
If they're, yes, absolutely. So I do help people try to pick the best product for them and get them to understand, you know, the nuances between the products. Now, I am the lawyer. The business decision does rest with the client to decide which product works best for them. But because I do have financial background also, I do understand and can explain those terms on a more detailed level.
Well said. Hey Shelly, happy birthday to you. Rose, Harry, and Ryan, good night. And let's go with another beautiful music video, and we'll be right back here on Shanaz Musical Sensation. Let's go with, not Miriam, we played that already. Let's go with Brooklyn. Who's ready for Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, Brooklyn, we love you. Anything you want, you can find it. Brooklyn, Brooklyn, we love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the People's Republic of Brooklyn, a gorgeous mosaic, 70 square miles of sheer excitement. Come on!
We come across the water to a place named Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Notoriety and worldwide fame. Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Spike Lee and Biggie represent. Brooklyn, paradise and vocals heaven sent. Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Everywhere you go, everybody know. If Brooklyn in the race, you better settle for second place. No way. Brooklyn is the home, and you can be your home too. Brooklyn, wherever I may roam, I keep coming right back to you. Jay-Z gave the world the flavor. Michael Jordan taught us how to fly.
Born in Brooklyn,
Coney Island, Nathan's famous hot dogs.
Brooklyn,
Do the right thing was made in Bed-Stuy. Senator Roxanne Brazado, Bill Canarsie. Congresswoman Chisholm, first name Shirley. Everywhere you go, everybody know. If Brooklyn in the race, you better settle for second place. Boy, Brooklyn is the home, and you can be your home too. Brooklyn, wherever I may roam, I keep coming right back to you.
The curry goat, Brooklyn. The Heineken, that's Brooklyn. The jerk chicken, that's Brooklyn. You can find it right here in Brooklyn. The Mobby Bach, the Bacon Shack, the Dal Poree. Brooklyn is all our way.
Brooklyn is the home, and you can be your home too. Brooklyn, wherever I may roam, I keep coming right back to you. From Red Hook to Flatbush Avenue, Little Odessa and Little Haiti too. South Passage, Crosby Heights to Dyker Heights, Brownsville to Clinton Hill. Bed-Stuy, it's do or die. Bed-Stuy, it's do or die. Brooklyn, 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 Brooklyn. I can hear you. Brooklyn, 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 Brooklyn. My Brooklyn, your Brooklyn, our Brooklyn. Lord, there's no place like Brooklyn.
and we are back on air. So guys, good night to each and every one of you. Good night, good night. Let's see the folks on Crest Radio. Good night to the folks on Crest Radio. Somebody said Brooklyn. John is from Brooklyn, right? No, he's from Queens. It's John from Queens. It's not John from Brooklyn. So good night to my good friend, Mr. Courtney Noel. That's a beautiful song indeed. And the girl in the sari is my beautiful friend, Ashvini Persad of I'm of the Sari. You guys remember seeing her on my program before. She is indeed a nice girl and a beautiful designer. Hey, Princess Karina, good night to you. Happy Thursday. Hey, Mrs. Steve Ramprasad, good night, good night. Long time no see, hope all is well. Song titled Brooklyn by my good friend Mr. Courtney Noel. Big things are happening. Courtney is working on a few movie projects in homeland Guyana. So John moved to Queens at age 25. Well, guys, good night. And we have the beautiful Nadia Kanat on the program. Now, I would never forget her last name. So when we say Kanat, she said, yes, you can. So, guys, good night to each and every one of you. And we're going to talk about, some scenarios you run into at closing.
Okay. Some issues that we run into closing is with walkthrough inspection. So 24 hours before you close, you do go back to the property and inspect. And so most of the issues that we run into at the closing table have to do with the repairs that the sellers need to do that they haven't completed, or damages to the property in the move out during the move out process. Or sometimes we also have, terms with the lender. We have issues with fees. So someone sits at the closing table and says, I didn't realize that my closing costs were going to be this much. And it's because there's a lot of disclosures put in front of you and you're signing them to move the mortgage process along, and you might not have read all of them. So it's important to know what those disclosures say and what fees you're getting into. Now, the federal government has taken steps to ensure that you're not in that position. So with 3 days before closing, you are required to get something called a closing disclosure, and it's what we used to call the HUD statement. Okay. So it's now known as a CD, or the closing disclosure, and the government says you got to give it to the borrower at least 3 days ahead. So you have a good idea of what your closing costs and fees are going to look like. If there's any issues, you can raise them before you get to that closing table, and you're put under the gun to close.
Wow. Well, that reminded me of our closing for my very first property. A few days before closing, then they said, the rates and whatever amount we were going for, add $10,000 more to that. So I was like, wow. I can't remember right now why we had to pay that additional $10,000. But, with all this back and forth, you love the property, you're getting so close to it. At that time, you might say, okay, $10,000 is not a big deal. But as a buyer protecting yourself, you should not be put in a corner like that.
You shouldn't be put in a corner. There are just some people who just don't have it, So when it comes to saying $10,000 more, they just might not have it. So sometimes it has to do with the lender changing fees at the last moment, or a mortgage broker. And so they know that the borrower is almost at the finish line, and so they're not going to walk away. And maybe you still don't walk away, but it's just important for you to understand what it's for.
Good night to my beautiful friend Lilawati Singh, and good night KV Jairam, I'm not sure. So good night to each and every one of you locked on to Shanaz Musical Sensation. We are on Crest Radio. That is www.crestradio1.com 24/7. You can lock on and listen while you're driving. You're in your office. Music is great, and I'm locked on 24/7. Well, all the time I'm listening to music. So it's crestradio.com. Let's rock and roll. We got some beautiful guests in the studio tonight. We're going to talk about mortgage. What else would you like to enlighten our viewers about? Like
Sure. For those of you who own your properties already, we're going to deviate a little bit away from the real estate conversation. I don't want you guys to think that, that's the sole focus of tonight's discussion, because some of you own your property already and you're not really interested in buying something else.
Right.
But you definitely want to protect it. And COVID has brought to light the fact that we are all, we're all mortal, right? And we can all pass away at any given time. And we want to take steps to protect our family and protect our investment and protect our assets. And it's a strategy that people do all the time in this country, is taking steps to protect investments, whether that be certain types of deeds, certain types of trusts, or even a will. It's not my preferred method. I do a lot of wills, but it's not my preferred method to protect assets, because my goal is always to keep my clients out of probate. I don't want you to be waiting for 2 or 3 or 4 years after your loved one's passed away to be able to access your property.
Everything will be in a, what do you call that, an estate.
Yes.
And if you can't claim that after a certain, it goes to the government, right?
Correct. You don't want things sitting forever. And you also run a lot of legal fees and administrative fees to probate estates. So it's important to take steps to protect your bank accounts, your 401ks. West Indians have come here and done great things. They work in amazing jobs. They have great pensions.
I applaud everybody who go out there and purchase a house. When I speak to folks and they said, "Oh, I own my own property," that's like, for me, my first property I purchased at age 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's extremely young.
And a lot of folks said, "Oh my God, how you qualify for that?" I'm like, well, I don't know. But when you want something and you set your mind on it and you work towards it, you can achieve it. So guys, don't say never. If you're on the fence, think about it. It's a positive thing. It's an investment for your kids, your families. And when you have investment, it's always good to protect your investment, because you don't want something to happen and you have to walk away from it. So it's good to have all these things. And speaking of wills and testament, it's always good to have a safe net. Yes. You don't know, as you said, COVID could take anyone at any time. And you don't want your kids to be like without a home, or you didn't have proper paperwork to say that they inherited your property, right?
Right. Or there are disputes over properties. A lot of us come from big families, right? Especially, the older generations, like 10 siblings, 12, 13, 14.
Your parents have one home, so who's getting that home? The the one who's taking care of your parents, obviously.
That's usually.
I've seen siblings fighting over property. Guess what? They don't lift their fingers to take care of their mom or their dad. But when it comes to inheritance, they want everything. Guess what? It's not about one thing. It's about being there. Your parents took care of you, and you have to take care of them. And if they feel they're not entitled to give you anything either, they give you life. Do you feel it's, as parents, we're obligated to give our kids a car, a house, or anything like that?
No, absolutely not. I think
additional.
It's something that has to be earned.
Right.
It has to be earned. They have to be, levels of mutual respect and things like that. But, if you don't have a will, then you can't dictate who gets your property. It will actually pass equally to your heirs by statute, per stirpes we call it. And so then, even children that you said, hey, listen, I didn't really want you to have this, would end up getting it, because it would just operate by statute. So you definitely want to keep that in mind, that that we, if you want a particular person to get the property, that you're going to have a will.
Put it in black and white.
Yes,
it's always
have it in writing.
Say, Sheena Dubé, good night to you. John, thank you very much. I've seen cases where now everybody wants, I'll get a home attendant to take care of my loved ones. Don't pay them no mind. Guess what? That person will sign that entire property to the person who's taking care of them. So you guys, if you're doing, those kind of service, take care of your loving ones. What do you call them again? Home health aid, applaud.
CDPAP.
Yeah, CDPAP.
Great job.
I've seen a lot of our folks going to school to be home health aides, and that's a step towards becoming an LPN. Don't just get stuck there. You could become an LPN, you could become an RN, you could work anywhere in the medical field. So, applaud to you guys who's taking that good step. Also, take care of folks with your heart. Take care of them like your family, because you never know. I've seen cases where family members don't take care of other folks who is needing that help, and the home health aid inheriting,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
get
absolutely.
everything because you
Absolutely.
took care of that person genuinely, and you never know, it's your luck. So
Yeah.
another couple advice that you could give us who've been a homeowner for quite some time, what can
Yes.
we do?
Yeah, so there's particular types of deeds that we can employ so that the property passes very cleanly and stays out of probate. There are trusts that we can set up to own the property. We can also have the property owned by a corporate entity, which is a great tax benefit. I definitely recommend that you get tax advice from your CPA or accountant to assist you with how to structure. But we have a lot of options that can help you protect your assets in the event of your timely or untimely demise.
So guys, as she mentioned, interest rate will be going up pretty soon. So get out there and call Mr. Sam Singh from Access 24 Homes. Let me get his card up. Mr. Sam Singh from Access 24 Homes, 516-455-4660. You know, it's a great feeling to be a homeowner. We will go with another beautiful song done by Juno Primo and Mr. Bounty Singh. And hey, and I know a lot of folks are actually watching the cricket game right now and heading to CPL. So this one is for you guys. Enjoy.
Jomo aka Rubber Voice alongside Bounty Sway. Let's go! CPL, one team, one dream. Represent for your team. CPL, Cricket Carnival, Guyana United and strong. CPL, put your hands in the air, shout it out loud and clear. CPL, the best time of the year, a magnificent atmosphere. When we play the game, we play to win. So let's go, get ready to go. This is the final show. When we play the game, where the sun or rain. So let's go, get ready to go. This is the final show. Here we go. Represent for the carnival. Yeah, we ready for the bacchanal. When they hit the ball and you hear they call, yeah, they're the festival, Caribbean carnival. When we in the stand and the crowd respond, yeah, they're the festival, my cricket carnival. Let's go from the stadium out to the road. Me and the chuck people go explode. Select that turn up the speaker. Right now a carnival fever. What you got limit the pop show. To the left, to the right, them a move. She a dancer, a belly dancer. When they made the soca and salsa. CPL, one team, one dream. Represent for your team. CPL, Cricket Carnival, Guyana United and strong. CPL, put your hands in the air, shout it out loud and clear. CPL, the best time of the year, a magnificent atmosphere. When we play the game, we play to win. So let's go, get ready to go. This is the final show. When we play the game, where the sun and rain. Let's go, get ready to go. This is the final show. CPL. 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 CPL.
CPL, everyone is heading back home for that big game. That's right. Hey, John, thank you very much. And all you folks locked on to Shanaz Musical Sensation, good night to you. The guy from Main Street Insurance is here. Mr. Stanley Rogers in the studio. And I did say we have some wonderful guests. So that time is now to call Sam Singh from Access 24 Homes, guys. But we do have the beautiful Nadia, and we want to get as much info as we can from Nadia. So anything that you think that's beneficial towards us, you know, homeowner, current homeowner, if you're
Purchaser.
thinking of buying, refinancing, some good questions. Also, I know there's for folks who are not choosing to lease instead of purchasing, what your tips for us? What can you help us with?
So there's a lot of, I also do a significant amount of commercial leasing. And so purchasing is not for everyone, especially on a commercial scale. It can get quite expensive. So, you know, my tips for people who are interested in commercial leasing is that COVID has changed the market, and you as a prospective tenant, there are a lot of spaces out there, and you have a lot of negotiating power. So I am successfully negotiating up to 6 months of free rent for tenants. I am successfully negotiating pandemic provisions, which means that if there are government lockdowns, that your rent will be reduced or cut in half or more, depending for the period of lockdowns. I'm also successfully negotiating reductions in the amounts that you need to deposit with landlords. So there's a lot of leeways for you to enter into a commercial lease to start the business that you've been trying to start. Right now is a great market for that because there is a lot of inventory and landlords are really looking to make deals.
Yes, so this is the time, get back out there. As we said, we need the whole entire world need to get back to regularity.
Yes.
We need to go back to normal, and giving away stuff, I believe in giving and sharing, but I feel like if you put 5 pantries out there, no one will go to work. They will go and get the stuff. If you're giving away clothes, but guys, we need to get back in our economy. It's actually depending on us. So get back to your jobs, get back to your life, get back to working. Hannah Rafi, good night to you. My beautiful mom, Bibi Muhammad is locked on. Thank you very much, Rolene, Yasin. So, money moved the world. We need it to be in circulation. And I'm sure Main Street Insurance, Mr. Sandy Raj talk about that all the time. We need money to circulate. You have to go out and you have to spend. So keep the money moving. What financial advice you have for us?
Financial advice is...
Don't spend all of it because it is a pandemic. That's what she's going to say. Don't spend all of it. Spend wisely, but spend on things that you know you need, like saving it up for a good property, an investment. Investment. You can never go wrong purchasing investment.
And I think that our community really values real estate, but something that we really need to expand more into is the stock market. And the stock market can really bring a lot of wealth into people's hands. It doesn't require a physical asset. You can easily open up an account on E-Trade. This is not financial advice, by the way. Just by disclaimer, right? Don't put all your money in the stock market, and then if you lose it, say, I'm going to sue this lawyer.
That's good advice.
You definitely want to consult with a financial advisor, but research stocks, get to know it, teach your kids about it. I teach my children about it.
I think the kids are teaching us more about this. My son is into financial. He's watching the stock market, and they're trading and they're bidding and they're doing all these things on the computer, know. And they said it's good. It's good investment, financial investment, know.
Yes, it's important to invest in the stock market. It's a way to own businesses, parts of entire businesses, huge conglomerates.
Stocks.
Through stock. So your kids, it's important for your kids to learn about investment. So invest in our kids, and we're going to be an even more thriving community in the years to come.
That's right. But remember, the greatest investment is investing in yourself and your health and your kids. Our kids are our future, so make sure they're getting their education. They're not every day they're going to be up to go to school, but you know what? As we are living in a different and a strange world right now, remember to be there for them, because mental health is on the rise, and we need to talk to our kids because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're experiencing day after day. So communicate with them, and I think I'm a very lenient mom. I don't write anything in stone. Nothing is fixed. Nothing is set. Every day changes. If you don't feel like going to school, all right. Nah. Take a break. It's good to take a break because you don't know what they're going through.
Yes.
But it's okay. Communicating is important. So your health is your wealth, and your investment should be in your health as well as your kids. So guys, thank you to Nadia for stopping by. She's always welcome, whether she's behind the scenes just chatting with us, keeping us company, or coming here. Do reach out to her. I'll put her information there because I know she is full of information. That's what we love. We love to learn stuff. Empower ourselves. Hey, the beautiful Sonia Nazir, good night to you. Thank you, Nadia, for stopping by.
Thanks,
and you
everyone.
can do it. It's a new year approaching us. Before you know it, it'll be 2023. We're going to leave all the negativity and start on a positive note and start with money. It's always good to have money, and it's always great to have good advice on money. So guys, let's go with another beautiful song after this commercial. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go. home or abroad, call Ramdeen Electrical for commercial, residential, audio. Ramdeen Electrical. Well, good night to each and every one of you locked on. Good night to the beautiful Sonia Nazir, my brother Toronto, from Toronto, Tyrone Madramutu. Good night to all you folks. And I know a lot of my friends are actually watching the cricket game. So good night to Rajiv. And I want to say a special good night to all my friends who's watching it on www.shanazmusicalsensation.com. That is the website. You might not see it on the live. It's on YouTube. It's on Crest Radio. And it's on www.shanazonline.com as well. Hey, Justin, Nena, Ozan, Kai, Sam, Sasha, Kabi, Jetta, Andre, Jonine, Rohini Chatal, Pat, good night. And thank you for keeping it locked on Shanaz Musical Sensation. I want to play another beautiful song for you guys. It's a beautiful day in the studio. Make it beautiful wherever you are.
भीगे होठ तेरे प्यासा दिल मेरा लगे अब साफ मुझे तन में तेरा चमके बरसाए मुझे बरखताए तू ही मेरी प्यार तू ही मेरी जान कभी मेरे साथ कोई रात गुजारा तुझे सुबह तक मैं करूं प्यार वाह आंखें कह रही जान हम कहे उसे सुन ले तू ये जान लब कहे तू न सोया मैं न सोआ तुझे देखूं आज तुझ में खोआ कभी मेरे साथ कोई रात गुजारा तुझे सुबह तक मैं करूं प्यार
The beautiful Ganika Singh, Paul Rosnes, Hannah Rafiq, Sonia Nazir, famous John from Queens. Good night to you. Navin, the beautiful Lalita Ramnath, John Nimad, hey Mr. B Ram Jairam, how you doing? Chris Nandalal, Lilawati Singh, Mr. Leroy Basile was enjoying Shanaz Musical Sensation from Homeland, Guyana. He's not watching CPL. Hey, Fiza Rahim, Veronica Jaglal, Mr. Hiralal Kishore, Annie Melville, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Shelly Patel.
करूं प्यार सांसियां की तेरी दुनिया की तेरा छीने नींद मेरी
John Himad, good night to you. Chandra Washi, how you doing? Rohan Naidu.
भीगे होठ तेरे प्यासा दिल मेरा
not, I'll be seeing you for our Lions Club meeting. Love is in the air, and love is always in the air when you're locked onto Shanaz Musical Sensation, whether you're listening to us on crestradio.com or right here on Facebook or shanazonline.com. I hope you guys are having a pleasant night so far.
For the best in kitchen cabinets, visit Maha Expo. We're your top source for solid wood cabinets with your choice of custom-made or stock cabinets with custom colors available. We also offer a free undermount sink and faucet with any purchase over $999. Plus, when you visit us on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., you can save 5% off our list price. Call Maha Expo today for your design and quote consultation.
Love is good. Old is gold. Special dedication going out to my beautiful mom. I remember watching this movie with her. Old is gold. And the memories we create is priceless. Hey, Omesh, good night to you. Samantha Pulchin. Ajanta Tratrupal, good night to you and happy birthday. Happy birthday to you from Samantha Pulchan, your beautiful aunt. And she's celebrating her 14 birthday. Greetings are going out to you, Samantha. Coming from Samantha, so happy birthday, Ajanta. Navin, good night to you. I am still missing Apache Warrior, guys. The date to remember is October 29. Port Moran Ground. The big show is coming that way. SMS will be there. And I believe John from Queens will be going down to Guyana to drink some water coconut. Check out the girls, not forgetting filming. Special good night is going out to the guy from Main Street Insurance, Mr. Stanley Raj. So guys, if you're looking for insurance, it's Main Street Insurance. Robert Rom, good night to you. The beautiful Sonia Nazir. Bansi, how you doing? Good night to Mr. Robert Trump and his entire family locked on to Shanaz musical sensation. Good night to Mr. Maha from Maha Expo. Guys, remember to stop by his showroom every Saturday, and you never know, you might be getting something. And if you're here with me, you remember you can accomplish anything. And my message today is, when you find yourself in the position to help someone, be happy and be blessed. God is answering that person's prayer through you. Remember, our purpose on earth is not to get lost in the dark, but to be the light to others so that they may find their way through us. So we ordered some dal and rice and some curry goat coming from Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant right there on 106th Street and Liberty Avenue. Old is gold, and I love the oldies. Access 24 home. The time is now to call Sam Singh at 516-455-4660. Mr. Sam Singh. Big up to all the beautiful Razia and Zalimas out there. Well, congratulations to Mr. Harish and Priya. The big day was last Saturday as they renewed their vows. And Mr. Robert Tramp wrote, "There's always a light at the end of the tunnel." That's right. Somebody says Scarborough. That's right, Mr. Kamal Hamid. Welcome, welcome. Well, I'm your DJ, I'm your host, so thank you guys for sending me your links, your requests, your dedications, and I hope you enjoy the program as I enjoy being here with you. Guys, don't forget this Saturday at Baisley Park, you stop by the SMF tent and we might be having some giveaways, some t-shirts, so you stop by and say hi. Baisley Park is happening this Saturday. What's happening there? Well, it's Wakenham, Leg 1, Hog Island. I didn't know they have an entire island for hogs, so folks from Hog Island, I hope to see you guys there as well, and the entire folks Essequibo posse that's locked on. Good night, good night. I hope to see you guys there as well. It's all happening at Baisley Park this Saturday. Leg 1 reunion. It's a family fun day. Feel free to sing along to the tunes. Well, guys, someone say Anil Beam. Anil Beam will be here alongside the beautiful Savita Singh and the Angels Caribbean Band performing October 1st on the Boss Lady Cruise. The Boss Lady Cruise, October 1st, Savita Singh and Mr. Anil Beam. On that note, I'll be dedicating this song to the beautiful, hey, Shelly Patel. Enjoy your birthday. This is from me to you and all you folks celebrating your birthday. Good night to my beautiful friend, Shami Anthony, beautiful indeed. And my beautiful friend, each and every one of you, let's go.
Please listen carefully.
The vocalist is here.
It's a blast from the past.
The Indian anthem is here.
Let the dancing begin.
Nazare apni mastiyan luta luta ke so gayi. Sitare apni roshni luta luta ke so gayi. हर एक शम्मा चल चुकी ना जाने तुम कब आओगे सुहानी रात ढल चुकी ना जाने तुम कब आओगे सुहानी रात ढल चुकी ना जाने तुम कब आओगे तड़प रहे हैं हम यहाँ तड़प रहे हैं हम यहाँ तुम्हारे इंतजार में तुम्हारे इंतजार में खिज़ा का रंग आ चला है मौसमे बहार में खिज़ा का रंग आ चला है मौसमे बहार में मौसमे बहार में जहाँ की रुख बदल बदल चुकी ना जाने तुम कब आओगे सुहानी रात ढल चुकी ना जाने तुम कब आओगे सुहानी रात ढल चुकी ना जाने तुम कब आओगे
That's right, the vocalist is here. That is Mr. Anil Beam, who will be here October 1st, guys. October 1st, he will be here alongside the beautiful, who did I say? Savita Singh and the Angels Caribbean Band to rock the boat. That is the Boss Lady boat. So, guys, come on down. Hey, Shanta Rambo, good night to you. Shelly Patel is celebrating her birthday. Good night, good night. And let's go with this beautiful song. I'll take it from the TOP a little bit lower because it's one of Shelly's favorite tune. Let's go.
Brooklyn, Brooklyn, we love you.
Anything you want, you can find it.
Brooklyn, Brooklyn, we love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the People's Republic of Brooklyn, a gorgeous mosaic. 70 square miles of sheer excitement. Come on!
We come across the water to a place named Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Notoriety and worldwide fame. Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Spike Lee and Biggie represent. Brooklyn, Barbra Streisand vocals heaven sent. Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Everywhere you go, everybody know. If Brooklyn in the race, you better settle for second place. No, Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the home. And it can be your home too. Brooklyn. Wherever I will roam, I keep coming right back to you. Jay-Z gave the world the flavor. Michael Jordan taught us how to fly.
Born in Brooklyn,
Coney Island, Nathan's famous hot dogs.
Brooklyn,
Do the right thing was made in Bed-Stuy. Senator Roxanne Prasad in Canarsie. Congresswoman Chisholm, first name Shirley. Everywhere you go, everybody know. If Brooklyn in the race, you better settle for second place. Boy, Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the home. And it can be your home too. Brooklyn. Wherever I may roam, I keep coming right back for you.
The curry goat, Brooklyn. The Heineken, that's Brooklyn. The jerk chicken, that's Brooklyn. You can find it right here in Brooklyn. The Mobby Bar, the Bay
place like Brooklyn, guys, and there's no place like Queens. So big up my good friend Mr. Courtney Noel, who's locked on to Shanaz Musical Sensations. Beautiful music video indeed. Hi guys, good night each and every one of you. Thank you very much, Mr. Rabindranath Singh. I'm not sure what happened there. I guess that song didn't want to play for Shelly. I'll have to play it personally just for you. We have Mr. Sam Singh in the office right now from Access 24 Homes. I talk about him. Here he is. Access 24 Homes, 516-455-4660. Sam Singh from Access 24 Homes. As they say, old is gold, and I do enjoy the oldies. Mr. Devendra Puran has kept us accompanied by his beautiful, melodious music for quite some time. So guys, enjoy the vibes. Hey Chandrika Dari, long time no see. Well guys, thank you for being in my company on Shanaz Musical Sensation. We'll end the Facebook Live for now, but we're still live on www.crestradio.com. So keep it locked right there 24/7. You can listen to some beautiful music all day long. Good night to each and every one of you. Thank you for being in my company. Kenneth, good night to you. And wherever you are, I hope you're staying safe, staying well. Remember, positive. Think positive, and positive things will be happening to you as we coming to an end of September. This month is just flying by. You know, remember to keep your health and strength, eat healthy, and keep on thinking positive. Love is in the air, and that is all of my love to each and every one of you. Until next time on the Facebook Live, it's Thursday Live. Thank you, Chandrika. Thank you to beautiful Patsy Kundan. Remember, Spectrum TV, Channel 96, this Saturday. I'm not sure what program will be airing. So keep it locked. Sometimes I get caught up myself how many programs I'm producing and airing. So thank you for being in my company. And a couple of QP channels you can check out. 56, 34, different times. Just type in Shanaz Musical Sensation and you will see it airing there. Channel 96 every Saturday afternoon, 4:30 p.m. I have 56 and 34 on Saturday as well. Love, love, and more love. And I'll be coming off air, but guys, do join me next Thursday. I'm not sure who my guest will be, but it's always fun because I love keeping things fresh for you guys. How was my trip up north? It was beautiful up north, and believe me, it's so clean in Toronto that I wish our folks right here in Queens, New York will adapt to that cleanliness a little bit. Stop littering the environment. It was great seeing my cousins and my aunts. Make time for your loving family today. And when it comes to my cousins, 2-3 times per year they will come down from Canada, or we'll visit them in Toronto as well. So make time and celebrate life. Well, This is kind of funny. Good night to the president of the Queens Community Lions Club. And guess who's again in our studio? Well, it's the guy from Main Street Insurance. If you're looking for insurance, it's Main Street Insurance. And I happen to have him in the studio tonight. Not forgetting Access 24 Homes. So we're having a party. We're having a get-together. So good night to each and every one of you and the president of our Queens Community Lions Club. Good night to our fellow lion, Mr. Rabindranath.
वहारे तेरी खुदाई काहे को दुनिया बनाई तूने काहे को दुनिया बनाई दुनिया बनाने वाले क्या तेरे मन में समाई काहे को दुनिया बनाई तूने काहे को दुनिया बनाई.
Thank you for joining us, Zahir Khan. All is gold, and the old tunes never get too old, right? Guys, October 1st, I mentioned Anil Beam will be here from Trinidad and Tobago alongside the beautiful Savita Singh on the Boss Lady Cruise. Alongside the Angels Caribbean Band. So guys, you don't want to miss that. The flyer is on my Facebook page. So it's October 1st along the Hudson River. Let's take a cruise along the Hudson. It's the beautiful Savita Singh, Anil Beam, and the Angels Caribbean Band. Special good nights going out to Mr. Stanley Raj from Main Street Insurance. Guys, this Saturday, remember to check out Baisley Park for Leguan Family Fun Day, Hog Island, and Wakenham. All you folks from Essequibo, I hope to see you guys there. Stop by the SMS and the tent, we will have a lot of fun.
कितनी सदियां बीत गई है आए तुझे समझाने मेरे जैसा धीरज वाला है कोई और ज़माने में का भरता बोझ कभी कम होगा के नहीं बोल राधा.
Well, I will come off the live, but check it out on crestradio.com. That is crestradio1.com, and you could continue to listen to Shanaz Musical Sensation right there. Until next time, God bless you and yours. Have a productive weekend and hope to have fun with you in the park.